Random Secret Studios in Philadelphia and throughout the Delaware Valley.
I'm the capo. He's the prez.
And this is Sons of Ben. The Pod. Adam and Devin and everybody else out there, welcome back to Sons of Ben, the Playoff Edition Pod. Sorry we missed you last week, but yeah, we're back, and we're back with a show filled with tidbits, information, and even breaking news. Unfortunately, by the time we get this out there, it won't be breaking news, but we've got the breaking news. Now, Adam, this is a episode that's going to be special and near and dear to your heart. This is an Eagle and broadcast legend. Ooh. This is episode brought to you by Hers Potato Chips. This is episode Mike Quick.
You know, when I was a young warthog, I didn't truly understand what advertisement meant. But over the years, watching Mike Quick shill for like 15 different organizations, including your hometown favorite potato chip, Hers, it's been a pleasure. You know, that's how all advertising should be. No commercials, just awkwardly interjected in the middle of third downs by former wide receivers.
Yeah, it's like if we were talking, say, and we're like, hey guys, welcome to Sons of Ben the Pod. Don't forget 2SP and Yards, you know, the beers of the pod, because support those that support us, you know? It's just
that's your greatest transition. We just like literally bronze that and let's move on. It's never getting better than that.
Yeah, see, so I've got some Yards with me right now, powering us through this Monday evening of just playoff Mondays. So let's get to the news.
Real quick, if we could talk about our boys at Yards. Did you see that tropical IPA that I had never seen before with the Donkey Kong logo on it?
Oh yeah. You haven't seen that?
I hadn't. That was my first introduction to that. I guess I had just been looking in every other of Yards' plethora of flavors and variety that I missed out on that one. Quite delicious.
Well, their latest one is a winter lager called Long John, and it's got the somebody in Long John's with the iconic chair that's holding a parking spot in South Philly.
A good old Savvy. Explaining Savvies to non-Philadelphians or New Yorkers is a really fun game.
Yeah. So yeah, Yards coming out with some cool random stuff, and on the 2SP front, listen for it. We're going to be trying to plan a couple off-season events with both of those groups, so be ready. Speaking of Sons of Ben news, we are planning the 2022 kits. If you got any suggestions, you can get them to Molly, but we're planning things to put in there, including the world-famous scarf. Adam, I think the 47 hats for merch, if they're not sold out, there's like 2 or 3 left. So you want to get on that. And our man, Mr. Light, he is planning some holiday merch as we speak. We were talking about it the last tailgate, and there could be some stuff to put in your stocking or your, I don't know, what's the other holidays? What's the traditional, you know,
Do you want me to go through the Kwanzaa and Hanukkah based, garments and things? Is that what you're asking here?
Yeah, tell us what you want.
We can go through the dashikis of Kwanzaa one day, but I'm not going to speak on my Hebrew brethren without proper representation, because quite frankly, I've heard from many sources that Hanukkah is not even that high on the list of Jewish-based holidays. It's just kind of hanging out during the same time of year, but continue.
Well, as we're talking about international delights, let's keep in mind www.philadelphia2026.com. Let's keep those World Cup dreams alive, Devin. All right, let's get to it. All right, we got to go back. I mean, I know we're burying the lead, but a week and a half ago or something, Union took on the powerhouse Cincinnati, that Chris Albright powered team, and took care of business. Adam, do you even remember that game now? Is that just like a faded memory?
It was probably the last comfortable Union game I experienced so vividly, actually, I do. But yeah, no, I mean, look, you did what you were supposed to do with a team that only won 4 games this entire year. Like, just imagine being a supporter of this franchise and they say 4 times we're going to give you maximum happiness. Look, I'm not always the person who beats the drum for promotion, relegation, or anything like that. But dear God, someone has to figure out what's going on in Southern Ohio.
Captain Boyband hair will figure that out. I have faith in Chris. I just hope he doesn't figure it out better than how we figured it out, you know? But speaking of, I mean, that was the Halloween game. Devin, fantastic tailgate.
Good tailgate.
You know, the costume contest was great. Costumes were great. We also said goodbye to Kate, who is our beloved greeter at there, and the stars were out bright. I mean, we had Mr. Latu come to say goodbye. Katie Fellinger came by after the rain, so she really like timed it perfectly. As soon as it was sunny skies, Katie came in with the kids. A good friend of the pod and vice chairman and owner of the team, Richard Leibovich, came by. I mean, we had a lot of people come to say goodbye. Sister Sandra came to sit with Kate. Like, I thought we had a pretty nice ceremony for her. I didn't see any tears, so I was disappointed. I think Devin said there was tears. Okay.
Yeah, come on. Did you not see the official photo?
No.
Oh yeah, she had some tears in the eyes. I saw it.
Okay, good. I didn't see it, but yeah, we sent her off the right way. The team helped out. They announced her on the board, and then the team themselves did it right by getting the W over Cincinnati. So that was a good day. And then speaking of good days, Adam.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Sunday, New York City. We went out to the old ball game.
We went to a baseball stadium to watch a soccer match, and let me tell you,
a slip and slide field.
It really was, as everyone was losing their footing, and then at some point they put the sprinklers on back at halftime, and I really thought to myself, that's not necessary at this point. Y'all can just they're fine. The field's lubricated, but no, it was a classic trip up to the Boogie Down. And, I had a good time. I was better because Devin wasn't there. So, it enhanced my experience. I really enjoyed that. But also, I was finally able to get my Montezuma's revenge on all these people that made me watch the Final Destination the Final Destinations, if you will. And I hope everyone enjoyed their comedic medley of movies this time around.
Adam shot down Devin all of the Rockies for Super Troopers.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah, what else did you put on?
Actually, and now I want to see if you remember what we had on the television. Come on now. It was literally last night.
Do you know how many things have happened between last night and the moment that we were recording? My mind is mush city right now, my friend.
I'm starting to be concerned that it was a lot. No, we put on the classic Tropic Thunder.
That's right.
One of the most underrated comedies of all time. And then we had, which ended right when we showed up at Subaru. I was going to call it PPL. I was going to go that far back with it. When we literally showed up back at the stadium, we had The Wedding Singer. And I mean, who does not love The Wedding Singer?
Yeah, and it was perfect timing. It did end right when we pulled up to end our evening. But yeah, I tell you what, the bus trip, for something that we put together so last minute, like special shout out to Grace at the team, because she reached out to Academy, because every other bus was sold out. And then Academy came through and got us the last minute bus. Now, they overcharged our asses. Trust me. We paid a lot for that bus. But it was worth it because New York City Marathon was the same freaking day. So it was hard getting buses, but we pulled together a bus. And I want to say in our section, Adam, what do you think, 75?
Oh, yeah, we were strong. It was at least probably 75, 80 of us. We came correct, buses full. And then we linked up because we saw the scattering of the Union FO and like some other fan pockets. And because of the cavernous, space that is Yankee Stadium, and they are still I don't know what you would consider well attended. Maybe by MLS standards, they're well attended, but by the standards that I would place upon New York City as a whole, I feel like they could get some more people in that stadium. But it is it's terrible. I don't like to be the dead horse beater, because that's really what talking about the sight lines, the tiny pitch, just the amenities, the fact that you have to adhere by MLB rules in terms of fan conduct, all that stuff. Beyond that,
Yeah,
you know.
and the best part about this, their fans broke the rules more times than we broke the rules on the language, the fruity, quote unquote, fruity language.
Oh my God, the
Um,
when I here's the thing though, I because how often Philadelphia is told we have no rivals in MLS, we're not worthy of the conversation. The fact that they had a strong and like proud "fuck you Philly" going really made me
oh,
happy. It warmed the heart because it made me believe like these people really do have some animosity here. I appreciate that.
yeah, even walking out of the stadium, some of our brethren were a little lubricated up, Devin. So they were boastful on our way out of Yankee Stadium going to the bus. And these two younger kids, and I'm saying they're in their mid 20s to early 30s, the young folk,
The
uh,
youth, the
the youths,
youth.
they were starting to mouth off like, you tied us. I go, yeah, but we are in second place in the playoffs, and where are you guys at? Fourth? And they're like, oh, we forgot about that. And I'm like, you mean you didn't know what was on the line here, my friend? So
Yeah.
uh,
We
I don't
were
think their fans are.
easily
Yeah,
I don't know what the third rail was aware of and the rest of their supporters group, but we were easily the most intelligent fans in our section of what like the scenario. Like I like here's the thing. When you work the river end, you're used to seeing random people show up to a union match that have no idea, the standing implication or, like what is the next couple of matches are, who our leading scorer is. But the casualness of the vibe next to our section at Yankee Stadium made me believe that maybe 10% of these guys were people who were like regularly fans of the soccer club. It was pretty sad.
yeah. When you think about it, this is decision day. They've got anywhere from second to fourth place on the line, and they can't fill the stadium. We had a pretty full house against a crappy Cincinnati team on a Halloween where a lot of people had to go trick or treating with their kids. So there's a big difference between those two fan bases. I don't know if they're like Atlanta and they're spoiled and they think they deserve to win. I'm not sure, but the attendance is not what I would think. I think they travel better than they show up to Yankee Stadium. I mean, in my honest opinion, I feel like the third rail and New York City fans go to other stadiums. I don't know, maybe because the beer's cheaper. I have no idea, but I feel like they travel better than they go to their own section. Um, but
They would
that's
do
not.
fabulous in a 20,000 stadium. Like if you just gave them like a 18,000 to 20,000 seat stadium
Yeah,
somewhere in New York City, they'd fill that thing and it would look pretty. But when you give them like 45,000 seats that are like kind of disjointed in the first place and half of them are bleachers, no. I
it's
mean like shouts to them, but it's just never going to be it's never going to look good that way,
it it's got to happen that they have to get a stadium, or if I was a power that be that was part of the MLS, I'd be like, you know what? Here's your deadline. You get a stadium, or we're moving this to Vegas because we know Vegas will build a damn stadium and they'll sell out. They won't be playing in the football stadium in Vegas. They won't be playing in the hockey arena. And MLS would love to be in Vegas and tap that market. So, but yeah, I do want to say thank you to everybody that came out on the bus. Everybody was awesome. We had such a good time, and I think we just had such a great mix. Adam, we had what, three or four capos, Jay and Mike, the drummers, and their girlfriends were out in force. We just had a great group of people. We had a lot of people that weren't Sons of Ben, people that were like, quote unquote tourists, people that just got on the bus anyhow. The union brought sponsors. They were like, we could hear you. Richard had a bigger group down in like 124, Devon, and he goes, I could hear you guys the entire time. It was awesome. We broke out new chants. Adam had a medley of just let's just say commercial jingles that he just wanted to sing. So we were singing Conacelli Toyota. I mean, we did all the sponsorships out there. We should get some money for that somehow. But we had a good time, and the result, you know, you always say like I always want the 3 points, but getting that result in Yankee Stadium where we traditionally do not do well on decision day, it kind of took the bad taste out of my mouth from 2-3 years ago when we crapped the bed on this decision day. So, Yeah, good for us. Now, Adam, do you know what that meant though? Us getting the number 2 seed?
What does that mean, Maddie?
Man, that means playoffs. Not just playoffs, but home playoffs. We have got not one, but 2 home playoffs. And we start on Saturday, 2:30 p.m.
You
2:30
know,
p.m. breaking news. It
I
just got
mean,
released. Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Devin, no, well, we're still going to have kegs and eggs, but we can have lunch too.
hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
See,
Mercy.
that was just perfect for you. Yeah, so 2:30, we have got Red Bull. And it's time to start getting excited. Like from this moment on, we are a week and a half, 2 weeks out. Let's get everybody in the city. Get your friends that don't watch the Union. Get your Brentford, your Tottenham fans. Get your fans that don't even like soccer, and let them know we've got a playoff team in Philadelphia in the fall winter. We don't have to wait for the Sixers to make the playoffs now. We've got a playoff team. Let's get excited. And here's the other thing, something I didn't realize. 4 years in a row that the Union have made the playoffs. 4 years in a
Yes.
row.
Yes.
On the East Coast, the only 2 teams that have longer streaks are Red Bull and NYUFU. They're the
Mhm.
only 2 teams so more than Atlanta,
Are we
more than
good?
New England. We're 4 years in a row playoff bound. And I think it's going to keep going. And just talking about the New York game, Casper got the goal. That's his 12th goal, but
Yeah.
17 all year, which I feel has been a quiet year for him. But he technically had 17 goals between that and the CONCACAF, where the Golden Boot
He
winner
won.
had
Yeah.
19.
I mean, look, it's a weird thing with Casper. We know the sitters that he misses, and we don't really take into fact the point. Like he's been decently consistent up top in terms of production. So, you're almost kind of impressed by what he's been able to do. And then at some of the times, you're just like, wow, he really missed that shot from 3 inches out. But I mean, look, do the Union need a new striker, like a DP, like, someone who's consistently putting in 16, 17, 18 goals a year? Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm here for that. But it was pointed out on Twitter earlier to me, the team has experienced the most success they've had in franchise history with him at the helm. So, I mean, what does that really say?
And he compliments, the Sergio when Sergio's back. So let's pray for health for Sergio. So we're gonna see. I mean, yeah, I was just, I'm a fan of Casper's, but I'm also that critic, like you said. And I was like sitting there going, I kept thinking he did not have a great year, but you look at the goals and you're like, yeah, he had a pretty good year. So, and let's just hope he gets some of that CONCACAF magic and goes, oh, the playoffs are like a tournament, right? Let me go bang out 5 or 6 goals during this little run that we have, and everyone's going to be thrilled. So, yeah, I mean, Devin, I don't know if you know this, but the Union are actually going to do on the 17th a pep rally at Cherry Street Pier. And Adam, you're going to be a part of that, I hear.
I mean, I'm also hearing about this. I'm sure that, I'm going to get some more details soon about what truly my involvement is, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I think Sean Brace is emceeing it, so I'll talk to Sean. But we are actually, a couple of us are going to be on the phone with the team marketing tomorrow. In fact, Adam, if you want, it's a 12 o'clock call. I can give you the Zoom invite if you want to pop in.
Why not? I don't have to work.
Yeah, a Cherry Street Pier. Get ready. And I'm just excited. I keep looking at all the scenarios, who we can play. Is it not? You don't want to ever look past, Red Bull, but then afterwards you're like, oh man, it's Nashville or Orlando at the Sub. I don't fear those teams. Like you're just seeing it. And you're like, yeah, I'm getting excited. But this is the one thing that freaked me out. And Devin, maybe you can help me because you're the even though you're the youngest, you're the historian of the MLS. How is Colorado and New England top of their divisions? Is this like a 1997 time hot tub time machine. Like, has this happened since the MLS even started? That New England and Colorado are top of their divisions? Like, I'm like,
Let's do the time
yeah,
warp again.
yeah. I'm just like Colorado. I'm like, I consistently remembering them getting the wooden spoon, and New England has been hot garbage until Bruce came through. So
I mean,
it's
honestly, you're bearing the lead though. Like the impressiveness of how that 6 p.m. out, like that 6 p.m. block of soccer concluded, like RSL knocking out the last
yes,
California-based franchise at the death. Seattle thinking that they have the Western Conference locked up just to have probably the team that people forgot about even existed 2 years ago, the Colorado Rapids, come and take the whole damn thing. Like Colorado is going to the Champions League. Can you imagine a Mexican-based franchise having to travel to Dick's Sporting Goods Park in bleeping February? Like, are we kidding right now? Commerce City. They're taking them to Commerce City, Colorado for the hot. I'm here for this. That's
yeah.
so CONCACAF, and I love it.
And I thought Kansas City was going to take the West. I'm sitting there like, oh, KC's going to take the West. And I'm actually out
Laid
for the
eggs.
Western Conference final weekend. I'm in Kansas City because we're visiting with TC's family. And I'm going, ooh, I might miss a Union championship. Might have to watch that on the laptop, but maybe I'll go to KC and check it out. But nope, probably not. It's probably going through Denver. Well, really not Denver, but outside of Denver. So yeah, I mean,
They might bring it to Mile High. If they get down all the way to the final, they might be like, screw it. We can't. Dick's Sporting Goods ain't good enough for this. We need to bring it to the
yeah.
people.
And I feel like this is good for the league. I feel like when you get some shine on some of the older teams and there's that parity where it's not just the Atlanta, LA always winning or always the shiny new toy. I'm kind of here for it, and I'm here for it because I think our Philadelphia Union have got a shot against anybody in the whole playoff picture. So I'm pretty excited, guys. I don't know if you've been noticing, but yeah, I'm all for the 1997 time capsule of MLS soccer.
It helps my OCD that all three Texas-based teams and all three California-based teams all didn't make the playoffs. Like that's like it stacks so well in my brain the way
It,
that worked, but it's just amazing how that concluded. Also, shout out to Wando for ending that illustrious career of his.
Now, I got it. This might be unpopular, but if I had to do,
I'm sure it's about to be.
If I had to do my Mount Rushmore of MLS stars, quote unquote, that I can't stand, Taylor Twillman, Wando, and Zuzi are three. And then I got a mystery fourth. I don't know who yet, but they're my three that like I'd be fine if they never were birthed, just they're guys I look at their face and I can't stand them.
The first two I can almost infer. I think most people can understand why you'd have an issue with Taylor Twellman or Chris Wondolowski. But Graham Zuzi, I got to hear why you wished he was never birthed.
I don't know. Just when he had the stupid dreads and all that, I can't stand the guy. I don't know what it is. And he sucked when he got into the league. And Jim Curtin even said it. He goes, Graham Zuzi sucked. Everyone thought he sucked. And then all of a sudden he's like this hipster that then makes the U.S. men's national team. I don't know. Something about the guy just can't stand him.
I feel like MLS at one time led all international soccer leagues in white dudes with really long dreadlocks. Like I think our cup runneth over between him and Beckerman. So they were good for the brand.
You might have just completed my Mount Rushmore. Beckerman could be up there.
I liked Kyle Beckerman only because that was when he was playing for the U.S. national team. You couldn't use USA in FIFA. Like you knew the team was so crap that you would just get wiped with any other nation outside of just like Papua New Guinea. And it was terrible. It was like that era of the U.S. men's national team has made me disillusioned to this day in men's athletic soccer. I can't, listen, I'm like, wow.
Another unpopular. I throw Landon in with that. I always thought Landon Donovan was unlikable. I know a lot of people loved him. The only thing he ever did was when he didn't make the team and did that commercial with "I'm not going to Brazil." The only likable thing I think that guy ever did.
Honestly, I loved his "I root for Mexico" commercial because it just trolled so many people and like, oh no, our soccer star has started rooting for the other team. Like, no, he just picked up a check. Can y'all just relax? Like, I appreciate nationalism in my soccer just like the next guy, but I ain't got that hard of a sell for your boy.
Now, Adam, speaking of international duty, go ahead,
Yes,
insert your joke now.
you said duty.
We've got some guys that are overseas doing some international things. We
Like
got
12 of them.
yeah, we got well, no, I'm just saying now with the alumni, we got B
Ah,
Champions League. They took an L against Wolfsburg, but it happens. But I tell you what, I was at the ceremony for the union when they gave the rings out to the players and the staff and everything. And they had both Brendan and Mark pop up on the big screen to wish the guys luck in the playoffs. They're like, hey, we're watching what you're doing over here. We're proud of you. We're proud where we came from. So go do big things. So yeah,
wait, wait. No
wait.
Jack DeVries from Venezia being like, hey
No.
guys. Did he also got a ring though, right? Like, was he on the roster for that?
Was Jack last year? Because I know Paxton wasn't. Well, no, they weren't on the first team. They were technically on
They weren't on the
U2.
first team. They were on
Yeah.
U2. But I think like because I know like Sullivan wasn't, was Harrell wasn't.
Jack might have been on the first team, but all the other guys weren't.
So does he get a ring?
They probably couldn't find him because nobody can find him in Venice right now. I can't even find scores of that damn.
So then did
league.
he get shunned while he was over in Italy?
Yeah, but I did see that team did beat Roma, so that was pretty interesting. And Devon's former manager Jose was not happy with that. Devon's, and we'll get to this, but Devon's got more ex Chelsea managers than he has Premier League teams now. Did you notice that?
Oh, this old manager. My God. I can't. Can you guys do another Amazon Prime show? Like again? I believe a documentary about the current last three or the last three Tottenham managers at their time at Chelsea would be more interesting than the documentary about them at Tottenham. But okay. Because, trophies happened when they were there. I don't know what happens when you're at Tottenham.
Yeah. Now, speaking of, international, again, duty, we've got a U.S. men's national team action coming up. Well, international for us. But yeah, we've got Mexico this Friday night, 9 p.m. And then we've take on Dre. It's a 5 p.m. game on Thursday, the 16th.
Yeah.
Something like that, or the 18th. Oh, no, it's a Tuesday. It's the Tuesday, the 16th. They have Jamaica. And then everybody returns on the 17th. So Pulisic, Aronson, and Mark are all playing. Adam, how much time are we thinking Pulisic's playing? Because we know we want to beat Mexico, but he's still banged up with that ankle. So what are we doing here?
God, does he start?
He hasn't started for Chelsea, so I'm thinking Chelsea told the U.S. men's team, like, let's get this guy some second half action.
If Chelsea was healthier than they are right now, then it wouldn't shock me he wasn't starting. But because of their lack of health and attacking options, the fact that he was coming off the bench does make me believe that he is a little banged up. But I mean, this is the game. You look, I and a lot of other people thought Jamaica was going to be a lot stronger coming out of this cycle. It seems like they're not. Now, could they be setting up for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card? Yeah, of course. They could definitely be doing that. But at the same time, I'm like, you might be able to rest him for that one. But it's Mexico. It's the game. It's the rivalry, and it's one that with significance to it. I think he plays like 60 minutes, man. I think he gets a good run. I think he starts possibly if he starts, he runs 60. If not, he gets a good 30 in. I think he gets a lather because you need to get the confidence you can from this. You need it as a win and a boost because this has not been a fun hex so far for the red, white, and blue. The moment they get confidence, it gets snatched away by a poor performance in a foreign nation. You're not going to play in America for every one of these. You got to be able to win on foreign soil, guys.
And it's funny that you say that just because Brendan Aronson was quoted that having Pulisic back gives that team more confidence just going in. So it's funny you echoed the same thing. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to tune in on Friday, and Tuesday's kind of a, well, am I working or working from home? Because how do you watch a 5 p.m.? That's my commuting time. I'm trying to get home, so I got to figure my life out to try to catch that game. But they really make it inconvenient to watch certain things. Now, speaking of something that we were just talking about, the kids, Paxton, Quinn Sullivan, and Jack all got called up for the under 20s team, and they will be in Mexico in a camp. And the funny thing is, I didn't know this until I was texting with Rusty because I was trying to get Paxton on the pod for this week or next. And he goes, Paxton's on his way to Mexico. I'm like, what is this, spring break or something? What the hell's going on? But then I realized, he got invited to the under 20. So, yeah, 3 of our kids will be in Mexico, not at Tequila Charlie's slamming down tequila shooters because they can drink underage, but they will be there at a training camp. So just more accolades for the Union Academy with these kids making the under 20 team, and hopefully they're going to get time and contribute.
It's just a testament to the academy. It's something that if this was maybe FC Dallas's account, they would be tweeting it into oblivion. But this is quietly becoming one of these more solid academies, not just in the United States, but possibly in North America. And we can talk about on an international level. They are producing international talent here on a decent clip right now. And from the from what we hear, the pipeline is still well lubricated. We definitely have some more people coming through. So this, a lot of good things are coming out of Wayne, Pennsylvania.
The El Seno 12s are only like 13, 14 right now. Keep that in mind. We were talking about them when we first started this pod.
Right. All right. Yeah, the El Seno 12s. Oh man. Yeah, they're only but soon, I don't know. We'll have to start calling them up at 15, get them that Wayne Rooney treatment.
Exactly. Now that's a good transition because Wayne Rooney played in what league? Don't say DC United. What league did Wayne Rooney play in, Adam?
The championship.
Well, he played in the Premier League too.
No, but then there was also that time at Derby County.
Yeah, we're gonna shift our focus to the Premier because we need to talk some Chelsea football action. Boy, they were rolling. And then they just hit a powerhouse. Yes, Devin, we do. They just hit a powerhouse and had to have a tie. So it was a little disappointing, but we have had some Champions League action. Now, Devin, Champions League is where the best of the best play each other. And that's where Chelsea is. Because, wait, Champions League, who won that Champions League, Adam, last year? Who? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, so here's the thing. And the thing that I love about this is, one, I've gotten comments about how Chelsea-centric this segment is and how much people don't like it. And I like that about that. That's why it'll never change, just like the Fusion Minute. But here's the thing that I truly enjoy. The fact of the matter is, the last couple of years in the Premier League, the champion has almost been decided as early as Christmas. So I feel like this year, the couple hiccups that you experience with these kind of clubs brings the intrigue, brings back the sauciness that we were used to. Chelsea's still going to win the league, but how they win is going to be compelling. It's going to be story written. Lukaku is going to score goals that children are going to dream about for years because of its importance. When you win the league in April, Sergio Aguero's goal, it doesn't hit the same way,
Yeah. So, again, you wrapped it up perfectly. Chelsea just rolling. And here's one more thing that you, Devin, can be jealous of Chelsea. They just approved safe standing at Stamford Bridge. They will have safe standing before us. I'm a little jealous of the fans of Chelsea. They will have safe standing because there's only like a couple teams that are all going to start doing that in the Premier League. And I'm hoping it comes to a stadium near us sometime in the near future. And now, the only thing that I chuckled more with Norwich beating Brentford and then the manager getting fired was, and this was a week prior, we got to give a special shout out to Paul Howard, Jeff Mitchell.
Yeah.
Shout out to your Man City team. for dropping a match to Josh Harris's not first, not second, but third most valued team that he owns. So good work by dropping that to Crystal Palace a week ago. So y'all should be feeling real good about yourself there. But you did beat up on Man U, so there's some pride for. Is Man City New York City too now, or no? They're still Man City, and
you put some respect on Melbourne City. All right, my guy. That is forever B before we start talking about your C's. You know, they at least have a stadium that fits a soccer field in it. So let's talk about who they care about more.
That is true. Devin, did we miss anything on this? I feel like we're kind of wrapping up, and I know Adam's got something.
Guys, it is with a heavy heart that I say this quick Fusion soundbite. 2 nights ago, we lost the backline player. 20-year-old Alarm passed away. They have not released how he passed, but he came through the Union's Academy or the Fusion's Academy. He was a rising star, easily one of the best support players in the world. And his sudden passing was a shock to the entire community. And it shows sometimes the fragility of human existence. And I'm sorry to go on this somber note, but I figure, as I've hijacked this podcast and Love with Fusion banter in the past, I felt that this needed some acknowledgement.
Wow, I did not know that. So condolences to. I wish you would tell me his real name, so I don't have to say condolences to Alarm and an Alarm's family.
I don't want to butcher it, but his last name is Kim, and they called him Kimbo. Yeah. So,
well, thanks for ending episode Mike Quick on a high note there. That was that was the way we had to do it for Mike Quick, my friend. And that segment was brought to you by.
Oh my God! Yes, please.
Insert bad joke here.
We can always transition back to potato chips, my guy. It's always okay.
Conacelli Toyota, get your RAV4 there. But all right, guys, this was episode number 82. Mike Quick, it's in the books. Let's get ready.
Nissan, the friendly Nissan Giant.
If we don't get advertising dollars soon, I'm gonna just be beside myself. But everybody, let's get ready for playoffs. All right, everyone. Thanks a lot. Aloha, Felicia.